What's up, Boise Boy Liam? And today we are back at it again doing chess episode 2. Now, if you haven't seen the other chess episode yet, go down in the description below and I will have its name so that way you guys can go check it out before you watch this video. Okay, guys? Unless you already know how the pieces move in chess, but here's episode 2 of chess. So the chessboard is looking a little bit different than when you guys last saw it, but this is because I'm showing you another tactic. Hold on, I have to or another thing, like another special move. Now this move is called castling. This is the only time that a piece other than a knight can jump over another piece. So basically, if the king has not moved yet, and the rook has not moved yet, the king can move 1, 2, and the rook goes over the king. Now you may be like, Liam, why would you do that to your king? Well, let's see here. Now, both of these rooks are protecting each other and protecting this back row. These 3 pawns protect any incoming fire going that way. And the king is just straight up protected. So that's why you would want to castle. And the same thing goes for if you're castling queen's side. You go 1, 2, rook goes over. So that's how you castle, okay, guys? Black has the same thing, 1, 2, rook goes over. Now, some more special rules about castling is, say that you are in check. Okay, here. Let's say that this pawn is gone and white's queen is right here. So you see how the black king is in check from the queen? Well, that would be, so then that would make it to where that is an illegal move. You can never castle out of check. Now, let's say that the queen was right here, and you see how it's aiming right into that hole? This would also be an illegal move because the king had castled through check. So you cannot castle through check or castle out of check. Another rule about castling is, say that this rook moves right here to get away from danger, then moves back. Now you can't castle. That is a no-no. But you can castle with this rook now. So let's just do that. So now the king is castled again. But not with this rook because that rook moved at one point. But let's say that the king moves this time. Say that this king is going to go out to try and help out his pawns fight. Then he gets scared and he moves back. Now look at this. This is, so then 1, 2, rook goes over. That's an illegal move, even though the rook hadn't moved. And this is also an illegal move. Because the king had already moved, now they can't castle at all. So let's reset everything back up on the chessboard. And I'm going to teach you something that will help you not lose in 4 moves. Okay, guys? I'm also going to show you a 2-move checkmate, which sometimes is stupid. But yeah, so back to the normal setup. If you guys want to follow along, just set it up like this. So, this is called Scholar's Mate. It's happened so many times that it's actually earned its own name. So, opening move would be pawn e4, which is the king's pawn up. Then black would move pawn e5 to block that pawn. Or they might be just copying. And then bishop to whatever number like c4 right there. Now you see that bishop aiming right there? Nothing is protecting that pawn except for the king. Absolutely nothing. So if you can get something right there to kill the king, you're good and you just won the game. So basically what black might do is move the bishop right there, like copying white. Then what white will do is move the queen there. And now you see what's happening? This is almost an almost unstoppable mate right here. Like, you can only stop it one way, and it would be a queen trade, but that wouldn't be very good. But yeah, so basically, like, black would normally move their knight there to start attacking the queen and force white to move the queen, but then white moves there, checkmate. You guys can go ahead and foolproof it and all, but that is checkmate, and white just won in 4 moves. If you don't believe me, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is one thing you want to look out for as black, and I'm going to teach you a way to stop that later in the video, or maybe later in the episodes, depending on how much time I have. So time to reset the board. Okay, so board is completely reset. Another thing that's like a super fast loss is, say that white moves their pawn right there, and then black moves their pawn right there. Let's say that white moves right here. Black can now move right here, and that's checkmate. So it's like this stupid little 2-move mate. It's cool though. It's super cool. But yeah. So back to resetting the board again, guys. So now the way for black to stop white's attack. So first I'm going to show you a faulty way that doesn't stop the attack very well. It's basically like all the scholars mate moves, that, then that, and then the knight moves here. Now I'm going to give you a second to pause. I'm going to give you about like 5 seconds. You can pause to get more time. But basically, I want you guys to tell me what you can do to stop black, like to still get the mate for black, or for white, sorry, not black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably about enough time for you guys to figure it out. White just moves this pawn right here or here. Then this bishop is aiming all the way at that knight, which means that that knight is actually screwed, and then you can take the mate right there. So that is the reason why that doesn't work. So say that black now moves here, trying to stop the mate. You take the knight there. Then he could probably take your bishop right there. And now there's a huge hole in black's king side. So now white is winning by a ton. They have more development. They have better pieces. Their king side is much more protected. Like, do you see that? That's like blown up. So white is definitely winning in that position, and that is why you don't move your knight right there. So let's just reset the chessboard again. Okay, now here is my favorite way to stop scholar's mate. So white moves here, then I move here. Now you're probably like, Liam, why didn't you move 2 squares on your first move? Well, I'd like to see you try scholar's mate now. I'd like to see you try. Queen moves here. Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. What were you saying? You just dropped a queen super early. Not good. But yeah. Not good. Not good, guys. So basically, I move there, and this is called the French defense, by the way, guys. So if they move there, you move there, and now, here, take my pawn. I'll take your pawn. Completely even chess game. Like, that's how you stop Scholar's Mate, pretty much. But now, let's go ahead and say that white moves here to try and gain more space. Like, they have all of this room over here, while we just have this room over here. But that's going to change in just a second. We're going to get all the advantages soon. So then, so now black and white both have a pawn chain. So with pawn chains, you want to attack the back and the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to start attacking the back first by moving there. 2 spaces, legal move. And let's say that he takes you. You take it back with the bishop. And now your head, in bringing pieces out, you have a lot of control over the center, and they just have 1 pawn out. So white is absolutely effed if they do end up taking your pawn. So now let's say white's like, okay, I'm going to protect my pawn. You're not going to take it that easily. Now we develop a piece, which is our knight. So basically bring our knight out, and we're attacking that pawn. So basically there's something called attackers and defenders. So if you're attacking a square, say that you have 2 attackers and there's 2 defenders, it's equal, so the attackers will lose. The attackers have to have more to win the piece. So as you can see, 2 defenders, 2 attackers. So right now black is losing. Black moves the queen right there. So this isn't black's move yet, but when black moves there and white takes back, now look, black is now black's queen is now attacking there. So basically once that pawn moves, white is now attacking there. So white isn't really gonna drop the pawn that easily, or drop the center that easily. So then what black does is move there. Now, I know what you're saying, Liam, that's a horrible knight. It's on the side. It doesn't have very many places to go. But what I'm like is it's going to have a better spot soon. Don't worry, guys. So what this knight does is probably move here to get ready to attack my queen. I attack. So I take his pawn. He takes my pawn. Then now you move right here. And look at this. This knight is now attacking that white pawn. Then you move there. Knight attacking the queen. Yeah. Wait, I think I messed up somewhere. Who cares? Wait, right, because that would be a stupid move. So, pretty sure black moves here. Yeah, so black moves there. Or white moves there. After black moves right here. Then white moves there. So now he's attacking your queen. And you see this diagonal right there? It's now attacking the king. That diagonal is attacking the king. Move your queen up. Knight is also protecting the queen. And queen's also attacking the knight. It's check right now as well. So right now, basically, let's say white moves there, threatening the queen, and then black doesn't dip down like right there. And black, let's just say, moves back here. Okay, guys, that's pretty much the French defense for you right there. But let's just say that we just keep black's queen right there. So yeah. So basically in this position, black is definitely winning. Because they got more control over the center. And that bishop will be staying there for a pretty long time. And yeah, basic and like king protection is way better for black. Black is just in a superior position now than when, yeah, so basically, if you're ever playing against someone who tries to scholar mate you, always do the French defense. The French defense is it's like the best counter, in my opinion, for e4. So that's it for this episode, pretty much. So I'm going to be teaching you about tactics in the next episode. So for now, I'll see you guys later. Stay tuned for later in the day because I'm going to be uploading some more video games. Don't know if it's going to be Roblox or Fortnite today. I've done a lot of Fortnite lately, so it's probably going to be Roblox. But yeah, so hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Pretty like almost at nightfall, or like towards the end of the day, I'm going to be uploading episode 3, which will be tactics of the pin, the skewer, the fork, all that stuff. So you guys are going to get to know what that stuff is. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day. Doesn't matter, or night, does not matter. And for now, I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.